Exciting time. I mean, 4 of your last 5 games are home, although Wednesday's home game is on the road.
Yeah, they like to do that on Wednesdays. Every team's on the road really. So, but yeah, we do have 3 games this weekend at home, and so that should be fun. Hopefully, we'll get some families out here. We're definitely going to get some players from the Moos families coming in from out of state, which is going to be a fun thing to have them in the stands rooting on the guys. And yeah, I mean, it's nice to have finish the season at home so much. Definitely.
It's been you've played a ton of games, but you had Saturday and Sunday off, played Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday off. Kind of a nice, I think, respite running into what you have with 3 straight games here at home. Yeah,
it has been nice to have those 4 kind of out of last 8 days off, and I think it's rested the guys up some. Definitely good going into the end of the season when we have that postseason Summer Ball Showdown tournament as well, August 3rd through 7th, to kind of give a rest to the pitchers, the arms especially. Going into that has been nice, and we, I'm hoping we can finish strong this summer. We definitely have been playing better lately for sure. Been competitive in pretty much every game we've played in, so I've been happy about that, and hopefully we can continue that trend.
A lot of times we do these and we have to recap 3 or 4 games. Well, it's really just 2. We were here on Monday night for a 9-8 win, which I think I lean over to Scott about every game and say there's always something you've never seen that we see night in and night out. A 53-minute 8-run, 1-hit inning for your team. You led down 5-0. You led 8-5 after 1, and then the 2 Friends University pitchers, Stringer from El Dorado and Gonzalez for your team, really threw goose eggs, didn't walk anyone, and the game moved right along, and you guys came out with a 9-8 win. Really important run. You scratched out late on a double steal.
Yeah, that was a crazy game, honestly. When we had a 53-minute first inning, I was thinking, man, we're going to be out here until like 11 p.m. tonight. And
we did
5-hour game. I was like, oh, man, that does not sound fun. But, no, I mean, after that first inning, everything just sped past. I mean, it was so quick. We finished before 3 hours even were up. So
amazing.
We only took like less than 2 hours to finish the rest of the 8 innings, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, we definitely got runs when we needed them in that game. The 8 in the first to get back in the lead after giving up 5 to start the game, which that could be a killer for most teams. But we stayed in there and we stayed patient at the plate, got a lot of walks and hit by pitches for sure. We definitely benefited from not the greatest inning on the mound, but in the end, it's 8 runs no matter any way you score it. So,
Andrew Gonzalez pitched 7 innings in relief. I didn't know he had that kind of length, Coach, and I just thought his stuff was good, and he was throwing strikes. When you don't walk people, you look a lot better, I feel like.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Andrew that I've seen all season. I mean, he throws strikes. He doesn't walk a lot of guys. Definitely a pitch-to-contact guy. Doesn't get a ton of strikeouts, and that's totally fine. I mean, he's not really that type of pitcher anyway. He's got good movement on his stuff, throws from that, kind of sidearm angle. And so gets a lot of ground balls, and that really helped us in that game because we were able to pick up outs and it just kind of get the flow of the game going a little bit and get our defense into it as well.
Then you get the 9-8 win here Monday night. Tuesday you go to El Dorado, another really competitive game. Unfortunately, you fall 7-5. What happened Tuesday?
Yeah, we early on in the game, I think we didn't really have the at-bats that we wanted against a pitcher that I think we could have definitely hurt in that game. Early in the game, first inning, we got that first run, which we have not struggled with at all, getting runs in the first inning. But after that point, in the middle innings of the game, it just seems like we kind of go stagnant a little bit against those starters. And so I think we just didn't start very well, after the first inning. We didn't keep it going. And then Yoshi did fine on the mound, just 3 runs in 4 innings. But we were pretty low on pitching, so it kind of was just a game that we were going to have to try to battle through to get finished with.
Busy weekend starts tonight with McPherson. Tell you what, the last 2 games against them, you had a come-from-behind win against them with 5 in the 8th to beat them here just a couple weeks ago, and then they came up with 3 in the bottom of the 9th last Friday night to beat your team. This should be another competitive game against the team. Record-wise, hasn't been great, but they've been competitive all year.
Yeah, they keep every game close. They've won another game this last week against Park City. They've been on an upward trend. They've also added a couple pretty good pitchers to their roster over the
helps.
last couple weeks, which has been helpful for them for sure. And so we're going to have to, bear down to get the win tonight for sure. It's not, no game is a gimme. So guys are just going to have to be locked in from the start.
Who do you got on the hill tonight?
It'll be Caden Newcase on the bump tonight. So
what are your expectations for him?
Yeah, I think he did a great job last outing against the Dirtbags on the road at Bishop Carroll. He definitely had a couple of rough ones before that, rough starts, but he definitely settled in, was more in the strike zone against the Dirtbags, definitely got a lot weaker contact, didn't walk as many guys, didn't hit anybody. So definitely was a better start for him, and I think he, as the season ends, is going to finish it on a strong note.
Should be fun. Look forward to the game. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Thanks.
Brendan Sweeney joining us here in our Moo pregame. I haven't come up with a good name for the opening jar of milk or something, but Brendan Sweeney joining us here in our pregame. We will have play-by-play action for you here in, let's see, what time is it? We are about 12 or so minutes away from first pitch, so we will let you take a look at what's going on here at the Broadway Sports Complex, and we'll have the starting lineups from Scott Nuss on the public address here shortly. You're watching and listening to Moos Baseball.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to the Broadway Recreation Complex, home of your MWMoos. Tonight's Kansas Collegiate League Baseball contest features the McPherson Pipeliners and your MWMoos. Here are tonight's starting lineups for the Pipeliners. Leading off, the first baseman, number 10, John Downey. Batting second, the catcher, number 20, Hunter Robinson. Batting third baseman, number 44, Malachi Wickley. Batting fourth, right fielder, number 22, Bradley Morris. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 33, Zach Reynolds. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 9, Tanner Cardoza. Batting seventh, shortstop, number 32, Noah Boone. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 30, Ryan Child. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 15, Jaron Brown. Pitching tonight for the Pipeliners, number 11, Fidel Hatch. Head coach of the Pipeliners is Nathan Roble.
You know we finally here, right? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday.
Hey, Moose fans, here's the starting lineup for your MWMoos. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Joey Rocha. Batting second, the right fielder, number 6, Joe Licari. Batting third, left fielder, number 34, Derek Fay. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 36, A.J. Romero. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 38, Matt Hamilton. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 15, Tyler Siebold. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 12, Chase Horn. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 8, Andrew Brown. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 1, Nate Corahise. Pitching today for the MWMoos, number 18, Caden Nikes. Head coach of the Moos is Brendan Sweeney.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome back. It is time for Moos Baseball on a beautiful Friday night in Winfield. Tonight, the Midwest Moos taking on the McPherson Pipeliners. Kurt Caden here. That was Scott Nuss's voice you heard on the public address. Great to have you for Moos Baseball. Starting lineup tonight, the batting order, first off for McPherson. John Downey leads off. Hunter Robinson's batting second. Malachi Wickley third. Bradley Morris bats fourth, Zach Reynolds fifth, and Tanner Cordoza sixth. Noah Boone seventh, Ryan Child eighth, and Jaron Brown will bat ninth. For the Midwest Moos out in the field tonight,
Leading off for the Pipeliners, first baseman
Derek Fay will be in left field as we go around the outfield. Andrew Brown in center, and Joe Licari is in right field. First pitch in there, a strike from Caden Nikes, who always has a strong watching contingent. We'll get you the infield here in a moment. The 0-1 pitch, a little bit outside, 1-1. Tyler Siebolt at third base, Joey Rocha at short. Nate Korahais is at second base, and Jace Horn at first. A.J. Romero behind the plate, and as I mentioned, Caden Nikes on the hill, and he falls behind 2-1 to Downey. Our first pitch comes at 6:07 tonight. Our game time temperature is 98 degrees. It feels like a balmy 104. The 2-1 drifts outside, 3-1. We do have some wind. It's out of the south-southeast, so it's coming at the batters, maybe a little bit at their back. Or no, it'd be in their face. It'd be in their face if you're a left-handed batter, I guess. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Downey. Humidity is only 35%, but the dew point, which is always the key number, is at 66. So it's a little sticky out here, but don't worry, it'll get warmer tomorrow. A 3-2 pitch to John Downey, and he laces one fouled on the right side. Let's see. We've got enough breeze here that Scott and I have had to anchor down some of our papers here. Broken bat for Downey. So he'll go get a new piece of wood. Is that a 2? 7. So now Downey is ready, and we'll do another 3-2 pitch here. Thank you. Caden Nikes winds and deals, and this one's tapped in front of the plate. A.J. Romero's got it, fires down to first, and that's the first out of the game. A lot of those this year, it seems like it always goes off the player's foot when they just barely roll out in front of the plate, but that one did not. And A.J. Romero able to get his man there, and that's the first out of the ball game. Hello to Jamie Ellis cheering on the Moos and Caden Nikes. Melissa Brown is watching from Fresno, California. And Jackie Nikes cheering on Caden. Here's a chopper to Siebolt, and he got in between hops, and it'll go under his glove. Probably going to have to go as an error. So Hunter Robinson will reach. A chopper to Siebolt at third, and he waited for a moment, then decided to try to get it on the big hop, and didn't. That's one of those tricky ones where it hits maybe the cutout there of the grass, and it's just a tough area there. Tough play, but we got to give Siebolt an error on that play. So 1 on, 1 out, and a fastball in there for a strike to Malachi Wickley, a young man who just joined the Pipeliners here recently. Today. That's very recent. No balls and a strike to Wickley. Joins the team today to probably give you an idea of what we would imagine his talent level. If he joins the team today and he's batting third and playing third, that would give you an idea that he probably has some merit to him. A ball and a strike here to Wickley. Right-handed batter. And a throw over to first, and Hunter Robinson is back in. Great to have you tuned in. Feel free, join in on the chat. Even if you're a Pipeliner fan, we'd love to hear from you as well. A 1-ball, 1-strike count to Wickley. Curveball didn't quite break as much as Nikes was hoping, and a check swing did not go. 2-1 to Wickley. Last time McPherson was here, they only brought 9 players. This pitch is catching the corner. Nice pitch from Nikes, and it's 2-2. That was a game that McPherson led at 1.7-3. But a 5-run 8th inning propelled the Moos to an 11-8 win over McPherson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss behind on that fastball. Good life on that one from Nikes, and his first strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up Bradley Morris. Morris on the roster here listed as a catcher. He's playing right field tonight. And he's out of Sierra Junior College in Rockland, California. And the first pitch, strike 1 from Nikes. Well, Melissa Brown's in Fresno. I do not know my California that well, so I don't know if Rockland is close or not so close. It is in California. Becky Lakari watching and cheering the Moos at Grant's Grill in Meridian, Idaho. I like the sound of that. Grant's Grill. Hopefully they've got it piped in on the big screen. Turn the music off. Turn the music off. Hopefully the audio's coming through there, and we can delight the folks in Idaho. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Morris. And the pitch, and that one's on the corner again. 1-2. Caden's doing a really good job here early on, finding the outside corner. Hunter Robinson's at first base, reached on an error. A ball and 2 strikes to Morris. And the pitch challenged him, and it's fisted foul. Of course, the Moos with home games here tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. And all teams, boy, they're pitching. Everyone's kind of getting a little thinner. His arm's getting a little bit tired here late in the season. And a swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts for Caden Nikes to get this one going. No runs on no hits. There was an error and 1 left. After a half inning of play, it's McPherson 0. And the Moos coming up. Great to have you tuned in tonight here on Facebook. Let's take a look at the batting order tonight for the Midwest Moos. Joey Rocha is leading off. Joe Lakari bats second. Derek Fay will bat third. A.J. Romero batting fourth. Matt Hamilton fifth. And Tyler Seabolt batting sixth. Jace Horn bats seventh. Andrew Brown batting eighth. And Nate Koraheis is batting ninth. For the Pipeliners out in the field, Cardozo's in left, Brown in center, and Morris in right. Wickley plays third. Boone is at short. Ryan Child at second base, and Downey's at first. Robinson catching for the Pipeliners and pitching Fidel Hatch. We saw Hatch here a couple weeks ago.
The shortstop, Joey Rocha.
And he pitched 5 good innings against the Moos. So Joey Rocha will lead it off for the Midwest Moos. Fidel Hatch goes from the stretch. And his first pitch, Rocha hits it into right field, and it's Morris who almost overran it. He makes a leaping grab. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Hatch. That'll bring up Joe Licari.
Right fielder, Joe Licari.
So the folks at Grant's Grill getting some free advertising tonight. Hopefully they got it turned up even more here for Joe Licari's first at bat. And the first pitch to Joe is missing for ball 1. Joe Licari plays at Corbin University. That's an NAIA school in Oregon. The 0-1, and this one's just laced into center field. A base hit for Joe Licari. So Licari down at first base, and Derek Fay, the left fielder, comes to the plate for the Midwest Moos. Moos in their home whites here, the gold numerals. McPherson, a kind of a powder blue, aqua blue-like top, gray pants. First pitch is in the turf. Licari had a notion, but a nice stop back there by Robinson. So it's a ball and no strikes to Derek Fay. And squaring and taking a strike is Fay, and it's 1-1. Of course, big thanks to Wichita Brewing Company, a big sponsor of Kansas Collegiate League Baseball. They've got an area here. Folks can, the old beer garden, they can go enjoy a cold beverage while watching the Moos here. Into the turf, and then Robinson's blocked it, but Licari got a good read. He'll slide into second. That'll be a wild pitch on Hatch. Can hardly fault the effort of Robinson behind the dish there, but Joe Licari was on the move when he saw that one spike. So he's down at second. 2 balls and a strike to Derek Fay. The Kansas Curve comes here tomorrow night, and Sunday will welcome the Mud Daubers from Valley Center. 2 balls and a strike. Left-handed swinging Derek Fay. Licari was ready to go. Hatch held on to the ball long enough that he was able to step off, and Licari scampers back to second. Joe really making Fidel Hatch think. Now the pitch, and that misses 3-1. Bethany Sweeney, the coach's wife who does so many things, was here earlier. God helped get everything set up and whatnot, but she went down to Southwestern College to participate in some volleyball camp action. And that pitch high, so I walk to Derek Fay. So that'll bring up A.J. Romero, the catcher. It's been fun watching A.J. and
A.J. Romero.
It seems like A.J. catches a lot of Caden Nikase's games. And those two, for a couple of guys that don't go to the same school, I feel like have really got a good relationship. A.J. from Whitman College. And the first pitch to AJ is across the knees for strike one. Right-handed batter Romero batting fourth here tonight for the Moos. Lakari getting a good lead off of second. That draws Boone's attention, the shortstop, and another strike thrown in there by Fidel Hatch. Fidel Hatch is an incoming college baseball player. He's going to be playing his baseball at McPherson College. No balls and 2 strikes to Romero. And this one breaking ball into the turf, and it's 1-2. So Bethany Sweeney not here playing volleyball, so the score bug will not move up there. So keep you up to date on score and outs and count and all that stuff. The 1-2, Romero, look out. That one just missed some players in the Moose dugout. That one came screaming in. Late swing from AJ. But everyone's all right. Brandon Jesse scampered out of there. That one, I think, got closest to him. He's still making sure everything's in place up top. I know he didn't get hit, but it can make you a little frightful, that's for sure. Another 1-2 to Romero, and a good fastball by Hatch, and a swing and a miss. So 2 away, and that'll bring up Matt Hamilton.
Designated hitter, Matt Hamilton.
Matt Hamilton really can handle the bat. With 2 outs, though, unlikely he would lay one down, but he's a really good bunter. Good hitter is Matt Hamilton, and he'll see if he can drive in a run here. Good speed on the base pads for the Moos. The first pitch from Hatch is low, ball 1. No score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. I guess until there's a score, the score bug is correct. It says 0-0, so the inning and the outs and the count aren't up there, but 2 away here for the Moos. And the 1-0 pitch is a little bit off the corner. 2-0. Weather's supposed to be hot and dry the rest of tonight, all day tomorrow. And Sunday, too. There's going to be rain in northern Kansas, but it doesn't look like anything coming here. Hamilton got jammed and fouls it off, 2-1. Moos will have Jared Stoffel and Josh Miller the next 2 night starters. Can't remember what order it is, if it's Stoffel then Miller. 2 balls and a strike here to Hamilton. And this one low. Lakari saw that one darting low, but another good stop back there by Robinson. Dustin Parker tuned in here tonight. My fellow Minnesota Viking fan, Andrew Brown fan. 3 balls and a strike. Good hitters count here for Hamilton. And that one caught the corner. So Hatch not willing to just pipe one down the middle. He got the outside corner and got the call. So the runners will be on the move here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hamilton. And the pitch. Hamilton goes the other way. That's going to drop down and go to the wall. Here comes Lakari to score. Also Derek Fay rounding. He'll score easily. And it's a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Matt Hamilton. Just inside outed that one to left field. The left fielder, Cardoza, was not playing anywhere near the line. And Lakari and Fay come in to score.
Third baseman, Tyler Siebold.
So here's Tyler Siebold. And again, we don't see the Moos, especially at home, but even on the road, not having they have good success scoring in the first inning, that's for sure. And a good swing here from Siebold, popped it out of play down the right side. 2-0 Moos. Well, now the score bug is wrong, Scott. A couple runs. Louise Thisson cheering on the Moos tonight with a triple whoop. That's it. And no balls and a strike. And Siebold hits this one into the hole. Coming around third, and Matt Hamilton will score, although the throw's coming in. Hamilton will score standing up. And Scott Nuss on cue with the whoop, whoop, whoop from Louise Thesson predicted a third run. And Siebold didn't put any drama to it. Nice base hit through the left side.
First baseman, Jace Horn.
So a 3-0 lead for the Moos here in the first inning. Siebold's been swinging a hot bat of late for the Moos. Into the turf, and Robinson again able to keep it out in front of him. 1 ball and no strikes to the first baseman, Jace Horn. Leading off first is Siebold. And the 1-0 pitch from Hatch. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Moos, boy, this weekend series, I believe 4-7 record coming in here in the second half. See if they can string 3 in a row here before the mighty Kansas Cannons take on the Moos. This one's lifted into right field. Morris coming in, tracking, and makes the catch as he runs towards the first base line. 3 runs for the Moos. They do it on 3 hits. 2 of those hits coming with 2 outs. After 1 complete, Moos 3 and the Pipeliners 0. "3-0 Moos" as we go to the top of the second inning here in Winfield.
Leading off for the Pipeliner.
And it'll be the designated hitter, Zach Reynolds for McPherson. And the first pitch from Niecase here in the second just missed, 1-0. Got to be a bit of a relief for Caden Niecase. He doesn't seem to get a lot of run support. Got 3 runs here early. This one's off the fist and fouled on the third base side. Sounded like the bat cracked, and so Reynolds will go get some new lumber. And the second broken bat of the night for Caden Niecase. Michael Polk, Leslie Licari's grandpa, watching from Meridian, Idaho. Hello to Michael Gunnell. Fun meeting Fred and Pam Abedia earlier. They made the weekend trek here. I think Stacy Miller is here too. Said she's watching live and watching the stream, although there might be a little bit of a delay. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 here to Reynolds. And a swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts for Caden Niecase. So 1 away here in the second, and that'll bring up Tanner Cardoza.
Left fielder, Tanner Cardoza.
Cardoza plays his college ball at McPherson. Most of this lineup plays or will be playing at McPherson. First pitch strays outside, 1-0 to Cardoza. The 1-0 pitch and a swing and a miss from Caden Niecase, representing Southwest Mississippi Community College, home of the Bears. The 1-1 pitch, fouled straight back, 1-2. And Brylan Knowles, the terrific bat boy for the Moos, races down that foul ball. The 1-2 pitch just missed the inner third. 2-2. Brylan, along with his bat boy duties, was able to win one of the Winfield Recreation Commission contests here on Monday night. They were our sponsor here. Does it all. 2-2. Strays a little outside. 3-2 to Cardoza. Noah Boone waits on deck. Three balls, two strikes. And that pitch just missed. So Cardoza works a walk. That'll bring up the shortstop, Noah Boone. One away here in the second inning. Scott, there's got to be some bored people. I've had the garbage links already posted on our stream here, and the last couple of games I've noticed people who aren't, I don't think, real people, like blank messages on here. I think in hopes that someone will click on them and then see who they are, but they're not. I can't believe they're real. Robots. No balls and a strike to Boone from Caden Niecase. They must be. The robots are watching. That pitch just a little high. The letter high strike not available here early on. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scott, we've been invited to go to a Southwest Mississippi Community College game. Niecase misses here. 2 balls and a strike. Caden Niecase, Josh Miller, a couple of pitchers for Southwest Mississippi Community College. They've been a lot of fun to watch this year. And it's fun when we see these guys during the summer, then just certainly tracking them during their fall and spring seasons. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Boone. And the pitch, that's right down the middle. 4 strike 3. Boone unable to take a whack at that one. And the last 4 outs have been recorded by Caden Niecase via the strikeout. So 2 away here in the second inning. And here's Ryan Child. He pitched last night for McPherson. Pitched here a couple weeks ago in relief. Moos had some success against him. First pitch to Child, missing, 1-0. Mild lead for Cardoza off of first, and the pitch from Niecase, that one's right in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away here in the second, 3-0 in favor of the Moos. Jaron Brown waits on deck. This one got away a little bit from Caden. 2 balls and a strike. The Moos won here on Monday night against El Dorado 9-8, then played at El Dorado Tuesday and fell 7-5. A game where the Moos scored early, scored late, but not enough, and lost it by 2. The 2-1. Romero tries to frame it. It's 3-1. Nikes has his sign. And the 3-1 pitch. A little bit low. So a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts here in the second. So 2 on, 2 out, and Jaron Brown will stand in for McPherson. Brown is an incoming college baseball player. He and Noah Boone, Malachi Wickley. It's a good league, good guys, some experience here, and get introduced to college baseball. So Brown, the starting center fielder for McPherson. Of course, the Moos have a starting center fielder by the name of Brown. That's Andrew. First pitch from Nikes, a little bit low, 1-0. So a 1-0 pitch. That one just missed, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Jaron Brown in the pitch. This one's hit in the hole. Rocha fielding, ranges, throws to second, and Cora Heist touches the bag. And what a play by the middle infield. First, the stop by Rocha certainly was good enough. That was going to keep it on the infield, and the run wasn't going to score. Then had the wherewithal to fire to second. The throw was a bit offline. Cora Heist reached over, grabbed it, and then tapped the bag with his glove to retire Child and McPherson. No runs, no hits, one left. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 3-0 Moos. So welcome back here as we start the bottom of the second inning. I will. Are you cheering on Nate? Yeah. Bottom of the second inning here for the Midwest Moos, leading 3-0. And it'll be Andrew Brown to lead it off here.
Center fielder, Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown squaring and pulls it back, and the first pitch a curveball strike thrown by Fidel Hatch. Scott, you know, I like watching radar, but it's been pointless of late because we have no rain. All of a sudden it said precipitation nearby. Yeah, in between Winfield and Arc City, actually closer to Winfield, there was a pop-up storm about 15 minutes ago, and then it just like evaporated. It almost got here. The 1-1 pitch from Hatch, missing low, 2-1. I couldn't believe my phone said precipitation nearby. Haven't seen that in a couple weeks. Summertime in Kansas. It's what we do. 2-1 pitch misses, 3-1. I don't think it hit the golf course, but it was really close. 3-1 here to Andrew Brown. Fastball from Hatch in there for a strike, 3-2. Full count. And the pitch and a swing and a miss. So a nice job by Hatch coming back in that count. And strikes out Andrew Brown. So one away for the Moos. And Nate Korahais
Second baseman
stands in.
Nate Korahais.
Nate Korahais out of Whitman College. And I've been alerted that Meridian, Idaho is being represented right here in Winfield by the Korahais clan. Are you familiar with Grant's Grill? No. Boise. Boise, Meridian. I don't know my Idaho very well. Here's the 0-1. Korahais fouls it off. It's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Nate, who made a really nice play in the top of this inning, lines one into left field for a base hit on an 0-2 count. Nate Korahais goes the other way. So we've seen Korahais and Hamilton, left-handed batters, just kind of inside out him and take it the other way. So the top of the order for the Moos, it's Joey Rocha.
The shortstop, Joey Rocha.
Rocha flew out to right field his first time. And the first pitch from Hatch missing. It's 1-0. Ball and no strikes to Joey Rocha, who is squaring. Korahais has to dive back in as he's looked up, and he's in there safely. This one missing, 2-0. Always great fun to be at the ballpark here in Winfield, the Broadway Sports Complex. Grass infield and outfield, grass and dirt infield. Rocha lifts this one into center. Brown puts his glove up and makes the catch, and Korahais will have to get back to first base. Now 2 away for the Moos here in the second inning. So here's Joe Licari.
Right fielder, Joe Licari.
Licari singled and scored his first time. And the first pitch to him, fastball down the middle for strike 1. The Corbin University player, Joe Licari. Korahais, good lead off of first, was leaning a bit, has to dive back in, and he's safe. Philip Higginbotham is tuned in here tonight, cheering on the Moos, who lead 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Bluff from Korahais, that pitch low, 1-1. Moos got 2 big 2-out RBI hits in the first inning. Matt Hamilton with a double, and then Tyler Siebold a single. Check swing from Licari. They'll appeal, and no swing. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here to Licari. South breeze blowing in here, about 12 to 15 miles an hour. And a nice curveball from a Hatch. Swinging over the top was Licari, and it's 2-2. Breeze actually feels pretty good, doesn't it? Haven't had much breeze, which is rare here. Cora Heiss tiptoeing off, and this one into the turf. Cora Heiss late jump, and a good stop by Robinson. Strong throw to second, and Cora Heiss is gunned down. So no runs on a hit. Nobody left. We'll go to the third inning. 3-0 Moos. And we enter the top of the third inning here from Winfield.
Third inning for the Pipeliners.
Top of the order
John Downey.
for the Pipeliners. It's trying to figure out when Corice got thrown out there at second. He came back to the dugout. Brendan Sweeney came running. They keep extra ice, oddly enough, by the beer, which isn't a bad spot for it, really. The adult beverages, I'll say that. 1-0 here. Nate stayed in the dugout a long time in between innings. I thought maybe he thought he got in there safe, maybe had a word with the umpire or something. I saw the umpires kind of looking like maybe he said something he wasn't supposed to. Here's a 2-0, now 3-0 to Downey. And then as Romero was throwing down to second, here comes Nate, as always, sprinting out to his position. And Brendan Sweeney using all that energy probably for nothing. He's got a bottle of water. He did get that. Here's a 3-0 to Downey, swinging, and a miss. It's 3-1. John Downey doesn't generally get cheated at the plate. He will take his hacks, that's for sure. 3 balls and a strike here to the McPherson first baseman. And this one off the end of the bat, and Nikes works himself back into the count here, 3-2. Felt like Scott Caden was going from the windup to start this game. Now he's in the stretch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter for McPherson here in the third. 3-0 Moos. And the 3-2. Downey had a notion laid off, and it's a leadoff walk for the Pipeliners. So for Caden, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks here as we are into the third inning, and it'll bring up Hunter Robinson.
The catcher, Hunter Robinson.
If you're not familiar with the terrain, McPherson and Winfield is the longest strip. Here's a check swing towards first. Nikes is able to pick it up. He'll tag Robinson, who, you know, maybe at another level he might have bowled right through Caden there, but just pulled up. He was going to be out, and Downey will move down to second base. Good communication there between Horn and Nikes.
Third baseman, Malachi Wickley.
So one away, and here's Malachi Wickley. About an hour and 35 minutes from Winfield to McPherson. And there's an swing by Wickley, strike one. Most of the teams in our league are in the Wichita area. Augusta and El Dorado just a little east of Wichita. And, of course, Winfield southeast near the Oklahoma border. Here's the 0-1, missing 1-1. Wickley struck out his first time. Arista and Cameron Groom, the host parents of Mickey Coyne, they're watching. I don't know where they're at. I don't think they're still at the lake. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, Arista, the athletic trainer at the high school, her world is about to get turned upside down with fall sports starting in less than a month. Nikes delivers a 2-1. Broken bat. This one's hit into left field, and it'll land in front of Fay. Derek throws it to third. They're going to have a play at the plate. Siebold to home, and Romero tags out Downey. Siebold held onto it for just a moment. I thought it was going to cost him, but he threw a perfect strike to Romero, and he's able to tag Downey for the out. So a broken back single for Wickley. And Downey is retired 7-5-2.
Right fielder, Bradley Morris.
So Caden Nike is getting some defense behind him here tonight. Beautiful play by Rocha and Koraheist in the second inning. Here's one off the fist, foul. And now there, Derek Fay, a perfect strike to Siebold, the cutoff man at third, who turned and threw a perfect strike to Romero to cut down John Downey. Still 3-0 Moos. And the 0-1 off the end of the bat, foul. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and a swing and a miss. That will end the inning. No runs on a hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. The Midwest Moos 3, McPherson 0. So the bottom of the third inning is upon us here in Winfield. 3-0 in favor of the Moos.
Right fielder, Joe Licari.
And Joe Licari, who was at the plate when Koraheist got tagged out. Nate just came up and hugged his family here, and we saw what the issue was. Looked like he got cut across the face or something. Battery-powered fan by the gentleman, as you might see him walking across. I'm not sure if you'll see him or not. No. That's the way to do it. No balls and a strike here to Lakari. And a nice curveball by Hatch, and it's 0-2. Moos with 3 in the first. That's where we're at here in the bottom of the third, 3-0. Lakari, Fay, and Romero due up here in the third for the Midwest Moos. Setting up on the outside is Robinson. The pitch drifts back in, but a swing and a miss from Lakari, and a leadoff strikeout for Fidel Hatch. Third strikeout of the night for Hatch, and that'll bring up Derek Fay.
Left fielder, Derek Fay.
Derek Fay walked and scored in the first inning for the Moos. I wonder what that's like for a batter on 0-2, and I'm sure out of the corner of your eye, you can see the catcher starting to skirt outside. Fay again goes the other way, and a clean base hit into left field for Derek Fay. Actually, it was Hamilton who went the other way the first time. That's the first hit for Fay as he walked his first time. So a one-out single for the Moos, and the lefties are really doing a good job going through the hole on the left side.
The catcher, A.J. Romero.
The Moos have 5 hits so far tonight, and 3 of them are from left-handed batters. Hamilton, Corahais, and Fay have all gone the other way. Derek Fay scampers back to first. A.J. Romero struck out his first time. And the pitch from Hatch into the turf. Robinson again. Boy, another stop by him. It's 1-0. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock start again. Temperatures tomorrow are supposed to be during the day 103 here in Winfield. And even warmer on Sunday. The pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Scott, I like what you said last week. Chance to go to the Royals tomorrow night on K-State night, and you figure you're going to be hot here or hot there. One or the other. Pitch, Romero lines it towards second. Nice stop over there by Child. Over to second for 1 to first. Double play. Nicely turned by McPherson. It's Child to Boone to Downey. A 4-6-3 double play will end the inning. No runs on a hit after 3 complete. Moos 3. And the Pipeliners 0.
Zach Reynolds.
Top of the fourth inning here from the Broadway Sports Complex. 3-0 Moos. And for the second time tonight, Zach Reynolds, the number 5 batter in the DH, will lead off the inning. He led off the second inning and struck out. He's 0 for 1 against Caden Nikes. First pitch missing 1-0. That broken bat hit by Wickley was the first hit allowed by Nikes tonight. And I think kind of goes, from what we've seen this year with people sliding into bases. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1. Probably need to give a little more credit to A.J. Romero catching that, not only making the catch there, good throw from Seabolt, but how many times we've seen balls get dislodged on guys sliding in. And John Downey's a big dude, and he held on nicely to make that tag to end the third. Well, it didn't end the third, but it gave them their second out. Strikeout of Morris ended the third. 2-1 pitch, lifted high into the air. Derek Fay drifting towards the line. He's in fair territory and makes the catch for the first out. One away, and that'll bring up Tanner Cardozo, the left fielder. Cardozo walked his first time.
Left fielder, Tanner Cardozo.
And the first pitch missing 1-0. So we won't have Romero caught it and flipped it to Nikes, who was checking out the mound. That was one of those where you're maybe seeing an accident. Everything all of a sudden goes in slow motion here, and you're hoping Caden gets his eyes up quick enough. And luckily it didn't hit him in the body or anything. Wasn't a hard throw from Romero, but still. 2-0 now to Cardozo. So tomorrow night, the friendly sounds of Scott Nuss will be in Kansas City. Instead of, if you were a fan, here's a pitch, and this one's hit into center field. That'll be a base hit for Cardozo. So a one-out single, and that'll bring up Noah Boone.
The shortstop, Noah Boone.
We joked you're going to be hot either way. Here, you're not really allowed to enjoy any of the adult beverages, but in Kansas City, you're going to have an overpriced adult beverage if you choose to. It might be cheaper. First pitch from Nikes, missing 1-0. Rays and Royals this weekend in Kansas City. And the 1-0 pitch fouled out of play, 1-1. Maybe Avery can upgrade your seats or anything. Maybe you can. You know a guy there. Scott and my son work the Wichita Thunder hockey games during the winter together. 1-1 pitch, and that one was spinning, breaking away from Boone, who really kind of stepped out of his stance there and missed it. 1-2. Nikes winds and deals, goes low, 2-2. Yeah, Avery's got that tough gig. He'll be in the press box with free food and air conditioning. He'll be in Matheny's office a couple hours before the game.
No kids filling on.
No. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch and a swing and a miss from Boone. He struck out twice against Nikes, 2 away, and Ryan Child will step in. Child walked his first time.
Ryan Child.
He was the runner who was cut down at second when Rocha made a nice play in the hole, then threw to Korahais, who had to leave the bag to make the grab, then slapped the bag with his glove to retire Child and the Pipeliners in the second. Two away here. One ball, no strikes here to Child. And the pitch, and that one's in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, my son Avery's kind of living his best life, covering the Royals on weekends and already hired by the Chiefs for the football season. Nikkes will step off as the runner goes. Throw to Corahise is low and will roll into center field. No advance. That's one of those tough ones. Nice job by the runner, Cardoza. I mean, he's picked off. You might as well just keep on running. Corahise had to try to sprint to the bag, and that's one of those where you're just trying to place the ball where Nate's going to be, and I think Caden just maybe overthought that one, and so it'll be a stolen base for Cardoza. No error. And a 1-1 count to Ryan Child. And this one's tapped towards Thibault, and he tries to get it on the big hop. Couldn't. Now Rocha in the hole. It goes off his glove. I think Seabolt's having a tough time with that sun. It's always tough, third, short, and left here at the Broadway Sports Complex as the sun starts sinking in the sky, in the western sky. And that one just went underneath his glove. Going to give him a hit on this one. So runners at first and third. It is a tough play coming in. Again, sun in your eyes, high chopper. And again, it just got him. I mean, he's doing the right thing, charging that thing. He's been unlucky twice, though. So the Pipeliners, runners at first and third with 2 out. Their number 9 batter is Jaron Brown. He hit into that fielder's choice to end the second inning. And the pitch from Nikkes is hit out into right field. Lakari ranging here to the right and made the catch, but then dropped it. So the run will score, and getting into second base. Now the throw eludes Rocha, but backing up is Seabolt. Lakari had it in his glove, but not long enough. And I'll look over to my official scorer here. Got to be an error. So we've had some sparkling defense, but now the last couple plays, tough ones, and have not been made. So Cardoza scores. Child moves to third base. No RBI for Brown. And here's John Downey. And he's first pitch swinging and fouls it out of play, 0-1. Downey tapped one in front of the plate. Romero threw him out in the first inning and then walked and was cut down at the plate in the third. This one's hit back up the middle. It'll bounce over second base. 1 run is in. 2 runs come. Well, the throw coming home. And the play is called safe. It was close. Way closer than I thought it was going to be. And a 2 RBI single by Downey ties the game. Child scored easily, of course, from third. But Brown, I really assumed he was just going to coast on in, but Brown, Andrew Brown, with a really strong throw right on target and just getting in there was Jaron Brown to tie the game. It's 3-3. Here's Hunter Robinson. 0 for 2 here tonight. Tough inning for Caden Nikkes. And this pitch in there for a strike. You think about it, he had Cardoza picked off, but then missed the throw to second base. Then Seabolt charging on a high hopper had it go under his glove. Then Lakari ranging towards the line here and right had the ball in his glove and had it pop out. Strong throw over to first, but back in safely is Downey. 2 balls and a strike here to Hunter Robinson. And this pitch low, 3-1. Of course, Scott and I see all the home games. It seems like no one more than Caden Nikkes has been victimized by some tough plays. Here's a high hopper. Seabolt couldn't see it, and that'll get past him into left field. That's got to go as a hit, and Tyler's having a tough time with that sun at third base. And how many high choppers has he had to deal? That's 3 now that he's had over at third base. So Robinson will get a single, and Brendan Sweeney will go out there and calm down Caden Nikes. There really hasn't been. Downey's base hit up the middle was pretty clean, but nothing really tattooed or anything here against Caden. His stuff is good. Runners now at first and second for McPherson. On that last play, you could see Bolt almost like an outfielder. Put his hand over his eyes trying to block the sun and see the ball.
Third baseman, Malachi Wickley.
So Malachi Wickley, who singled his last time up, will come to the plate here. Runners at first and second, 2 away. We're tied at 3. And this pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. That one's in there. Nice curveball by Nikes. It's 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here to Malachi Wickley. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And the 0-2 hit into right field. That is slicing and will be foul as it hits the fence and Karam's back, almost back into the field of play. So we'll do it again. Downey's at second, Robinson at first for McPherson. And now Nikes and Romero on the same page, and the pitch is lifted up in the air in foul territory. Romero near the fence will make the catch, and that will retire Wickley. McPherson scores 3 times, and they do it on 4 hits, 1 error, and they leave 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We're tied at 3. Time for the bottom of the fourth inning. After a pretty lengthy top of the fourth inning, McPherson sent 8 batters to the dish and scored 3 times. So a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-3 our score, and Matt Hamilton will lead it off for the MWMoos. Fidel Hatch had a pretty good long rest in that top of the fourth. His first pitch missing, ball 1. And this pitch missing 2-0. It was interesting last time McPherson was here. Again, they only had 9 guys, and so when they made pitching changes, they just went from the mound. I think Hatch played short and then played right. 2-0 pitch here to Hamilton, and that's in there for a strike, 2-1. Matt with a 2 RBI double back in the first inning. That came with 2 outs. Scored Joe Licari and Derek Fay. Got the Moos going here on this Friday night. 3-1 now to Hamilton. And the 3-1 missing inside. So Matt Hamilton with a leadoff walk for the Moos. That'll bring up Tyler Seabolt.
Third baseman, Tyler Seabolt.
Seabolt 1 for 1, an RBI single. The Moos sent 7 batters to the plate in the first inning, but just 3 batters in the second, and then that 4-6-3, 3 batters in the third. Seabolt hits this one towards third, down the line, fair. Rounding second, heading to third is Matt Hamilton. Seabolt on his way to second, and it's a double for Tyler Seabolt. Right down the third base line.
First baseman, Jace Horn.
So a good start here for the Moos in the fourth. A walk and a double. Jace Horn now stands in with runners at second and third. Jace flew out to right field his first time. He's 0 for 1. The pitch, it's high, 1-0. The Corheis clan with a good call there. Seabolt, who's been peppered at third in that sun, he decided he would offer the same medicine. He would send one down third. One ball and no strikes to Horn. And this pitch, a fastball in there for strike 1. Jace Horn plays at Southwestern College here in Winfield. 1 ball, 1 strike. And again in there is Hatch. Good location there, 1-2. McPherson, one of those deceiving teams. You look at their record, and it's just been a tough year, but they've been in a lot of games. They rarely get blown out. Horn with a check swing. And a nice stop by Robinson as he tries to shake it off. Right off the arm, it looks like it got him. And so the umpire will walk out to Fidel Hatch and give Robinson a few moments to shake that one off. Impressed with a lot of the players we've seen, both for the Moos and the visitors that have come in, but no more than the visiting catchers, I feel like. There's been a lot of really good work by the catchers in this league. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jace Horn. Andrew Brown waits on deck for the Moos. Hamilton's at third. He led off the inning with a walk. Seabolt at second after his double. Robinson sets up on the outside. This pitch is in there for a strike. That will strike out Jace Horn. And that'll bring up Andrew Brown. He struck out his first time.
center fielder, Andrew Brown.
So still second and third. It's one away for the Moos, and Brown stands in. And he'll hit this one towards third. Malachi Wickley with it, throws over to first, and no chance to advance for Hamilton. And just like that, two away for the Moos, and they'll look for Nate Korahais to come up with a two-out hit here.
Second baseman, Nate Korahais.
Nate with all sorts of stuff. He's getting his glove on. He's got something hanging out of his back pocket, maybe a arm protector. He'll leave it there. Almost looks like Nate's got a tail as he's at the plate here. And Korahais looks at ball one. Nate did a nice job, just kind of inside outing one into left field his first time up. The 1-0 pitch, missing 2-0. Korahais in charge here at 2-0. And the pitch from Hatch, missing inside, 3-0. Brendan Sweeney down at third doesn't send a lot of signs in. He really lets these guys make up their minds. If Nate sees a pitch and he wants to take a hack at it, he can certainly do so. We'll see what he does on 3-0, and he'll take a 4-pitch walk. So the bases are loaded for Joey Rocha. Joey, the starting shortstop for the Moos here tonight.
Joey Rocha.
Joey's 0 for 2. A couple of flyouts, one to right field, one to center field. See if he can get down on one here and knock in some runs here for the Moos. We're tied at 3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch to Rocha. Oof. Pitcher's pitch there. It's 0-1. Hamilton at third. Siebold at second. Korahais at first. The pitch is in there. Fidel Hatch has shown a nice curveball tonight. It's 0-2 on Rocha. The 0-2 from Hatch. Into the turf, a swing and a miss. The out doesn't need to be recorded there, and that is the end of the inning. So Fidel Hatch gets out of big trouble. The Moos had runners at second and third with nobody out, and we come up scoreless. After 4 complete, we're tied at 3. Top of the 5th inning here, tied at 3. The Moos with 3 in the first, the Pipeliners with 3 in the 4th. And Bradley Morris, the only pipeliner who did not come to bat in that fourth inning, will lead it off for McPherson. He's 0 for 2. He struck out both times. And it's 1-1 here to Morris. You know, it's never too late to get good information. Here's a 1-1. Missing 2-1. So all season long, one of our favorite players, who we've been saying, Nate Koraheis, we've been wrong all season. Koraheis. This one I thought was going to hit Morris. It just goes off the glove of Romero, and it's 3-1. So those of you out there who, if you hear us say it different, we're going to be saying it correctly the rest of the weekend. 3 balls and a strike and a leadoff walk for Bradley Morris.
Designated hitter, Zach Reynolds.
That'll bring up Zach Reynolds. He's 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout and a flyout to left field. And this pitch is hit into shallow right center field. Koraheis goes back. What a catch over the shoulder. He hurries a throw to first. Chase Horn's got it, and a double play. Nate Koraheis, I didn't think he had any chance at that one into right center field. And he, going backwards with his back to home plate, raises up and makes a brilliant catch and doubles off Morris. So an F4-3. And that should make Caden Nikes feel a little bit better. He's seen some suspect defense at times tonight, and he's seen some brilliant defense. First pitch to Cardoza misses. It's 0-1. And when I say suspect, I mean some of these ground balls to third, again, it is a tough position to play this time of night. But as a fan, when you see a ground ball to third, you're just hoping for that play. But they've been high choppers. Tyler's covering his eyes now as I look down at third. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a swing and a miss from Cardoza. Cardoza singled, stole a base, and scored the first run for McPherson last inning. 2-1, 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning. And this pitch runs in, 3-1. Cardoza walked in the second, and as I mentioned, singled and scored in the 4th. That one's high, and a 2-out walk to Cardoza. That'll bring up Noah Boone. Noah trying to figure out Caden Nikes. He has struck out looking and struck out swinging. 0 for 2 here tonight. And missing his Nikes here on the first offering to Boone. Good to have Moo families here cheering on the Moos for this weekend home series. Boone with a nice swing and sends this one between third and short, a base hit into left field for Noah Boone. So 2 on, 2 out, and Ryan Child will step in.
Second baseman, Ryan Child.
Child, like Cardoza, walked in the second and singled and scored in the 4th. And the first pitch to Child in there for strike 1. 3-3, top of the 5th inning. And And this pitch on the inside corner, 0-2 quickly on Child. I mentioned it when the Moos were at the plate. That was a pitcher's pitch right there. Some action in the Moos bullpen right now. Here's the 0-2 and an emergency swing fouled. Child protecting. So still 0-2 here on the number 8 hitter, Ryan Child, and the pitch. A little bit outside, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Child. And just missed, 2-2. At second is Cardoza, Boone at first. And this one's lifted foul right behind us and out of play. Into the flower bed. City of Winfield does a good job prettying up the complex. Flower beds all around in the area behind us. And the 2-2 drifts outside, and it's a full count. So McPherson will get runners on the move here with a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up here to Ryan Child. Caden Nikes has his sign, and the pitch just fouled off. Good battle here between Nikes and Child. So another 3-2. And the pitch hit towards short. Joey Rocha comes up on it. He'll have to go to first and makes the play to retire Ryan Child. So no runs on a hit, 2 left. We're halfway through, and we're tied. It's the Moos 3 and the Pipeliners 3. Bottom of the 5th inning here. Fidel Hatch remains on the hill for McPherson, and he'll look at Licari, Fay, and Romero to lead off this 5th inning, and a first pitch curveball to Joe in there for a strike. 3-3 our score. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Joe Licari, 1 for 2 tonight. And he swings and misses at this curve again. 0-2. And Licari able to tap this one foul. So no balls, 2 strikes here to Licari. Singled and scored in the first, struck out in the third. Curveball bounces in, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Joe Licari. And fouls this one off. Hopefully the folks at Grant's Grill still tuned in, watching, listening. Yeah, well, yeah. What is the dinner special? That'd be good information to know. Here's the 1-2 outside, 2-2. Your guess is chicken fried steak. I'm gonna say like an 8-ounce sirloin. It could be a fish meal. And the 2-2, Licari swings over the top. Robinson will throw it on to first to complete the out of Licari. So one away for the Moos, and that'll bring up Derek Fay. Derek Fay walked and scored in the first. He singled in the third. So 1 for 1. Looks to bunt, but the curveball a tough one to find, and it'll be a strike, 0-1. Derek Fay, the starting left fielder for the Moos tonight. Hatch going to that curveball a lot here in the fifth, and it's been effective. He's ahead 0-2 here on Fay. Moos missed a grand opportunity in the fourth to break this tie. Runners at second and third with nobody out, but a strikeout, a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout got Hatch out of big trouble. The Moos have 6 hits tonight and 3 runs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this one will hit Derek Fay on the front leg. So he'll trot down to first base, and that'll bring up A.J. Romero.
The catcher, A.J. Romero.
Romero 0 for 2, struck out in the first and hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the third inning. First pitch to AJ is bounced towards short, charging is Boone. His only play will be at first. Off balance throw is a strike to retire Romero. Derek Fay will move down to second base, and Matt Hamilton will stand in for the Moos. Nice play by Boone at shortstop.
Matt Hamilton.
Not an easy play as he charged that one. Had to glove that a little bit more on this throwing side, and then an off-balance throw was right on target to Downey at first. First pitch to Hamilton, missing 1-0. Hamilton with a double and a walk here tonight. 3-3, bottom of the fifth inning. Fidel Hatch with the pitch, and that one's low again. 2-0 to Hamilton. Lead off a second by Fay. And now 3-0. So Matt Hamilton way ahead here, the 3-0, and swinging on 3-0. Had a pitch he liked, but he missed it. 3-1. I know it's not old school thinking. I kind of like 3-0 swings, though, especially in the summer league here. 3-1, and that's off the end of the bat, foul, and so Hatch has got it back to a full count here at 3-2. Full count, Derek Fay at second. And the pitch is grounded towards second base. Child has it, will throw over to first, and that will retire Hamilton. And the Moos here in the fifth. They strand one. We'll go to the sixth inning. We're all tied up at 3. So time for the top of the sixth inning here, and the Moos will go to a new pitcher.
For the Pipeliners, center fielder Jaron Brown.
And it's Cody Lozano, who I don't think Scott and I have seen pitch here this year. Jaron Brown will lead it off for McPherson here in the sixth in a tie game at 3-3. We gave you Caden Niecase's numbers here in a moment. The first pitch from Lozano, a little bit low, 1-0. For Caden Niecase, he goes 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. 6 strikeouts, 5 walks. This one's hit towards Seabolt, and a little bit lower. He's able to glove it, fires over to first to retire Brown for the first out. Caden was cruising along here tonight. He didn't give up. He only gave up 1 hit through 3 innings. He'd struck out 4. check that, 5
John Downey.
through 3 innings, but that 4th inning had 2 outs and a man at first. And then some trouble. Had the runner picked off Cardoza, but an errant throw to second kept the inning alive. Then a couple of tough plays down at third for Siebold on choppers. Lakari with a long run, but had the fly ball in his glove and had it pop out. Kept the inning going, and so that 4th inning really taxing for Nikes. And then in the 5th inning, a couple of walks. He was helped out by a double play on a terrific play by Nate Korahias. Downey fouls this one off, and it's 1-2. So for Nikes again, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, none earned, 6 strikeouts, and 5 walks. 1-2 pitch to Downey, and he hangs in on that curveball, lifts it out into left field. Fay never saw it. It is slicing foul anyway, but Derek Fay never saw that one. Does that show you pitch count, or how many pitches Caden threw? Yeah, no worries. It just seemed like 6 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. Downey with a sharp single through the right side for a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Hunter Robinson.
The catcher, Hunter Robinson.
Hunter Robinson playing college ball at McPherson College. Jace Horn needs a different glove, so they toss it out to him. One away for McPherson, and Lozano spikes this one, but A.J. Romero with a terrific stop for the Moos. 3-3 game here in the top of the 6th inning. Another close game between these teams. Told you earlier, it took a 5-run 8th to propel the Moos over McPherson a couple weeks ago here. It took a 3-run 9th for McPherson to beat the Moos last Friday night. This one laced into left field, and that will get to the wall. Downey rounding second on his way to third. Fay fires it to Rocha, and it'll be a stand-up double for Hunter Robinson. .103 pitches thrown by Caden Nikes tonight through 5 innings.
Third baseman, Malachi Wickley.
Thank you for that. Malachi Wickley, now a chance to give McPherson a lead here. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Wickley is 1 for 3 tonight. And a foul tip. And Wickley, after that, takes a violent practice swing. I think a little frustrated he didn't pull the trigger there on that fastball. It's 0-1. Lozano would love to get a strikeout here of Wickley. Here's the 0-1. And that's check swing foul, and it's 0-2. The defense for the Moos, Siebold playing back at third, Rocha playing pretty much normal shortstop position. Korahias was drifting in. Now he's kind of just middle of the infield there. Jace Horn even with the bag at first. 0-2 to Wickley. And lifted foul, but that will get out of play. Just behind Scott and I here. Cody Lozano goes to Viterbo University. That's in La Crosse, Wisconsin, southwestern Wisconsin. He's ahead of Wickley here, 0-2. And low, 1-2. Three to three here in the top of the 6th inning. Lozano has his sign from A.J. Romero. And the 1-2. Dives a little bit low. 2-2. Wickley, the starting third baseman for McPherson. 2-2 pitch is going to be foul. Moos back here tomorrow night, 6 o'clock start against the Kansas Curve, and then Sunday, Valley Center here at 6 o'clock. Off day Monday. A trip to Augusta, about a 30-minute trek north to play the Kansas Cannons on Tuesday. And Wickley hits this one hard. Again, boy, Derek Fay, you can just tell he does not see it off the bat. He really didn't move right away on that one. It's tough to track that thing, that's for sure. Shadows covering home plate. He's looking into the sun. Wickley and Lozano, a good battle here. Still 2-2. And a check swing that goes in front of the plate. Lozano's got it. Will fire to first. Really alert base running by Downey. Lozano didn't have time to try to look back Downey. So Wickley will get a run batted in. So that gives McPherson a 4-3 lead. Wickley grounds out 1-3. He'll get an RBI on that play. Moving over to third is Robinson. Now 4-3 McPherson. Just kind of bad luck there for the Moos. Not bad luck for the Moos and alert running by John Downey. 3 check swings from Wickley there, and that one just stayed in fair territory. Bradley Morris up there. And swing and a miss, and his follow-through caught A.J. Romero right on the helmet. Romero checking the top of his mask, making sure everything's still in one piece. And the pitch into the turf. Nice slide over by Romero. Morris 0 for 2 with a walk. All of that against Caden Nikes. Check swing, and he held up. 2-2 count coming here to Morris. Down at third is Hunter Robinson, and the pitch a little bit high. So 3-2. 2-2. Or did he say 3-2? Here's the pitch. High chopper down the third base side, foul. We know there's 2 strikes for sure. And the pitch from Lozano. Did Romero? Foul tipped off of Romero. And a tough at bat here for AJ. He got donked on the top of the head on the follow through from Morris. Now that one fouled off of AJ. Umpires always have a lot of respect for the catchers there. They know what they're going through. I don't know where that caught AJ, but he's still reeling a little bit, it looks like here. Pitch from Cody Lozano. And a swing and a miss. And a tag made by Romero, and that will retire the side. Third strikeout of the night of Morris. 1 run does score on 2 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-3, McPherson. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Moos for the first time tonight trail this one. It's 4-3, McPherson. The Moos scored 3 in the first inning.
Tyler Siebold.
Went down pretty quietly in the 2nd and the 3rd. Had runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in the 4th, but could not score. And then a pretty quiet 5th inning. Fidel Hatch is at 84 pitches as we go to the 6th inning. He's been pretty efficient ever since that long first inning, and his first pitch to Tyler Siebold misses 1-0. Tyler Siebold, 2-0 tonight. 2 for 2, I should say. Single and an RBI in the first and a double in the 4th. And Hatch misses on his first 2 offerings here. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And Siebold hits this one to left. Tough field out there. Cardoza, it's over his head. To the wall. Siebold chugging hard to second. And he'll pull up there. And another double. 3 for 3 tonight for Tyler Siebold with 2 doubles. That probably gets over Cardoza's head anyway. But again, seeing the left fielder, balls hit to the left side. They're having a tough time tonight picking it up. So Jace Horn will now bat for the Moos. And the first pitch to Horn, a little bit low, 1-0. Siebold, the tying run at second base. Child trying to keep him close. Siebold bouncing around there, and the pitch from Hatch, low and away, 2-0. Jace Horn tonight 0 for 2. And trying to go the other way, fouls it off. Looks like Brandon Jesse warming up for the Moos. 4-3 McPherson, bottom of the 6th inning. A leadoff double here from Seabolt. And this one's hit toward the right side. Downey ranges over, has it, tries to flip to Hatch, does, and Fidel able to stretch back for the ball and then reach forward for the base, and they do it. Nice job of hitting by Horn. That moves Seabolt over to third. The out is recorded 3-1, first out of the inning, and Andrew Brown will now stand in for the Moos.
Center fielder, Andrew Brown.
So we'll see what the McPherson defense does. I see the shortstop and the third baseman looking into the dugout. They were starting to creep in, but they're going to back up now. They're up 4-3. And that should be information for Tyler Seabolt. Anything hit out there, he should be able to score. Brown takes a look at a fastball for strike one. And the 0-1. Brown, a little off balance on that one, hits it foul, and it's 0-2. When times have got tough for Fidel Hatch here tonight, he's really bore down and been effective with his curveball all night. Ahead of Brown here, 0-2. Now the infield comes in. And swinging and missing is Brown, and just what the Moos didn't need is a strikeout there. They'll need a two-out hit from Nate Correhias. Got it. See if Scott can do it.
Nate Correhias.
There we are. So Correhias. Again, all year we've been saying Correhias. We found out tonight it's Correhias. He's got to be at the plate thinking, what the hell? They got it right. He looks at ball one. Nate 1 for 1, walked in the fourth. He singled in the second inning. Defense back to normal depth for McPherson here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-3 in favor of McPherson. And a fastball in there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second baseman Child playing in the grass on the right side. Here's the pitch to Correhias. Hit that way. And Child had him played perfectly. Throws to first. And safe is Correhias. That's just all-out hustle right there. No way that ever should be a hit. Hit right at the second baseman, Child, and he just he didn't put all of his arm in that throw to first, and Nate, who never takes a moment off, beats it out, and we are tied.
The shortstop, Joey Rocha.
So an infield hit for Correhias ties the game at 4. Here's Joey Rocha. And a throw over to first. Close. And safe is Correhias. And the pitch to Rocha in there for a strike. This might be a little extreme. Correhias reminds me of Rocky. You know, he gets knocked down. He bounces back up. Close play there, diving into first. He jumps right back up, gets right back to where he was. The 0-1, missing 1-1. One to Rocha, low, nice stop by Robinson, 2-1. The way he popped up there reminded me of Willie Mays Hayes in Major League. When Willie almost gets picked off in the game against the Yankees and then gets out to a big lead, as Bob Uecker says. 3-1. What is your favorite baseball movie, Scott Nuss? A lot of good ones out there. I'll give you a moment. 3 balls and a strike to Rocha. And a throw over, close, but Cora Hyas back in safely. I think for my Field of Dreams has always been my... The 3-1, and low and away, ball 4, so Joey Rocha will walk down to first base. The pitch count getting up there on Fidel Hatch, and we'll get a mound visit. Tell you, when the major leagues last year had the Yankees and the White Sox play, I mean, that was like a fantasy game. I mean, it was just amazing what they did. This year, it's the Reds and the Cubs, I think. But generally, I don't like gimmicky major league things, but that was the cornfield. It was amazing what they did. I'm not sure you can replicate. I don't know if they'll be able to replicate it this year. That game's coming up in August. Long mound visit. Usually the umpires here in this league give the managers a little bit of leeway, but this is probably going on a little bit too long. It's a pretty slow walk out to the mound here. This is where we need the Jeopardy theme, although this is pretty good too. I think the McPherson manager was going to stay out there as long as he could, and a little bit of a smile as he leaves there. He gets his guys all organized. Fidel Hatch has been really good here for McPherson. We're tied at 4, and Joe Licari will stand in for the Moos. He's 1 for 3.
Right fielder, Joe Licari.
The curveball has given Joe trouble here tonight. He singled and scored in the first inning, but has struck out his last 2 times. He's 1 for 3. So Licari with good speed out on the base pads. Cora Hyas at second, and Rocha at first. Joey Rocha not being held on, so he should get a decent lead off of the first base. And the pitch from Hatch. Missing. Boy, Robinson, that was way outside. He brought that one right back over the plate trying to get a call. Didn't get it. 1-0. Cora Hyas off of second. He'll dance around out there for sure. He plays very unafraid. And the pitch, and that's in there. Fastball for a strike. 1-1. It was Nate Cora Hyas' infield hustling single with 2 outs that brought Tyler Seabolt in. Seabolt led off the inning with a double. We're tied at 4. Runners at first and second for the Moos. A 1-1 pitch coming to Joe Licari. And Hatch will step off. The Moos runners at second have really given Hatch some headache out there. And the pitch is hit towards Child at second. He'll go over to first and get Joe Licari out on the play. But the Moos come up with a run. We're tied as we head to the 7th inning. It's the Moos 4 and the Pipeliners 4. So Zach Reynolds will lead it off for McPherson here in the top of the 7th. And he's greeted by a new Moose pitcher. It's Brandon Jesse. Jesse plays for Southwestern College. And it's 1-1 here to Reynolds. So Cody Lozano goes 1 inning, gave up 2 hits and 1 run, and he struck out 1. Jesse in there. Brandon Jesse, a side armor. At times, he'll go where the ball is almost touching the mound, and he'll submarine it up there. 2-2. I always wonder how side armors got their start. Like, where did they figure out that is their best release point? This one's popped into shallow center. Joey Rocha going out, but Andrew Brown has got it, and that's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Tanner Cardoza. Cardoza's been on base all 3 times tonight. 2 walks and a single.
Left fielder, Tanner Cardoza.
Of course, I'm quite a bit older than Scott Nuss. I remember in my day, like if you ever tried to throw sidearm, all our like little league coaches were like, "You're gonna ruin your arm." That was always the same for you. Don't throw sidearm. Marion, Kansas was not the home of side-swiping pitchers. Brandon Jesse is dialed in here. 2 quick strikes on Cardoza. No balls, 2 strikes. And this one misses 1 and 2. Of course, I remember watching some of those side armors in the 70s. I don't even know how I mean, it's hard to throw a strike when you're throwing sidearm. Certainly a different look for the batter. You don't see a lot of guys go from this angle. Andrew Gonzalez isn't a sidearmer like Jesse, but he does have a little bit of that look from the side. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Cardoza. And this one hit him. I don't think Cardoza thought it did, or maybe he just wanted to stay up there and hit. But it clipped him, according to the umpire. So for the 4th time tonight, Cardoza's on base. And that'll bring up Noah Boone. Boone struck out his first 2 times, and then
Noah Boone.
In the 5th inning, was able to slap a single to left field. So he's 1 for 3 tonight. Nice work by Brylan Knowles, the bat boy. One on, 1 out for McPherson here in the 7th. And the first pitch is low. Hey, Bethany Sweeney's back after a volleyball night. Talked about you earlier. Always good. How could you ever say anything negative about a coach's wife? Coaches, SIDs, broadcaster wives are rock stars. Runner on the move. Romero throws it down. Pretty good jump, though, by Cardoza, and he's in there with a stolen base. And it'll be 2-0 here on Boone. Four score. The Moos with 3 in the 1st. McPherson scored 3 in the 4th. Each team scoring 1 in the 6th. And the 2-0 from Jesse. Low and in. 3-0 here to Boone. Ryan Child waits on deck. The 3-0 And that one missed. So a 4-pitch walk to Boone. And here's Ryan Child.
Second baseman, Ryan Child.
Child 1 for 2. Singled and scored in that 4th inning. He's walked and grounded out to short. And I would think for all the fielders now, the sun has gotten low enough that the sun shouldn't be an issue anymore here tonight. And the first pitch from Jesse in there for a strike. The 0-1, that one's right in there for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes here on Ryan Child. And a swing and a miss as that ball just kept tailing away from Child. Really no chance. And a really nice sequence there for the Moos and Brandon Jesse. Now 2 away for Jaron Brown.
Center fielder, Jaron Brown.
Brown, an incoming college player just out of his high school season. And he is 0 for 3 tonight. It was Brown's fly ball down the right field line that Lakari chased down, just couldn't hold it. That was the big play in that 4th inning for McPherson, and a first pitch strike to Brown. Derek Faze in left, Andrew Brown in center, and Joe Lakari in right for the Moos. Seabolt, Roach on the left side, Cora Hyas and Horn on the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brown. Cardoza's at second and Boone at first for McPherson. 2 away here in the 7th. And the 1-1 low, and Romero able to stop that one. 2-1. This is really the key batter for Brandon Jesse. John Downey, a terrific hitter, is on deck for McPherson. And this one not close, 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Jaron Brown. And low. So the bases will be loaded. 2 walks and a hit batter have loaded the bases for McPherson here in the 7th. And here comes John Downey. He is 2 for 3 tonight. A 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. And then a single and a run scored in the 6th. So he is 2 for 3. 1 run scored and 2 runs driven in. And here he comes up with the bases loaded. Lefty on righty. McPherson probably couldn't ask for a better situation right here. Jesse a little bit high on that one. He didn't sink down as much on that pitch, and it's 1-0. Just got to trust your stuff here if you're Brandon Jesse. Here's the 1-0. And that fastball, I'm not sure where that was, but it missed somehow. 2-0. I mean, that started on the outside corner, didn't drift that far inside. .20 pitch and a swing and a miss by Downey. It's 2-1. Cora Hyas over at second base. He's playing in the grass. And a 2-1 pitch from Brandon Jesse coming up. And that one's in there for strike 2. That had some good action on it. It started middle of the plate and almost like a screwball. It broke outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to John Downey. The pitch. Low. So the merry-go-round should start for McPherson on a 3-2 pitch coming up to Downey. 4-4 here in the 7th. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And Brandon Jesse worked himself into trouble. He works himself out of trouble. No runs, no hits, 3 left. Time to stretch in Winfield. We're tied at 4. And welcome back. Sorry for the delay there. Back to some play-by-play. Derek Fay leading it off for the Moos. New pitcher is Zach Reynolds, who was the DH. And now pitching for McPherson. Fay, Romero, and Hamilton. So Fidel Hatch goes 6 innings tonight. We'll get his numbers here for you in just a second. Reynolds, curveball a beauty in there, and that'll strike out Derek Fay. Started that way outside, and that thing broke right back over the outside corner. Great pitch by Reynolds to retire Derek Fay.
The catcher, A.J. Romero.
So here's A.J. Romero. Romero is 0 for 3 tonight. And the first pitch from Reynolds inside, 1-0. Flip-flop DH for pitcher. I wonder if Reynolds will still hit. Probably, right? Strike 1 to Romero. 1 ball, 1 strike. DH and pitcher flip-flop. Reynolds would still hit, I'm thinking. This pitch in there, another sweeping, probably more of a slider than anything. 1-2 to Romero. Reynolds working quickly, and a swing and a miss. So back-to-back strikeouts for Reynolds here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Matt Hamilton.
Designated hitter, Matt Hamilton.
For Fidel Hatch tonight, he goes 6 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 4 runs. Hamilton fouls this one off. He walked 4, he struck out 7, and he hit a batter. Pretty good night by Fidel Hatch. Neither starter will be involved in the decision tonight. Hamilton again going the other way. That'll be a base hit as Cardoza makes sure that doesn't get past him. Tough one as it's slicing out there off that grass. And Matt Hamilton with a 2-out single for the Moos.
Third baseman, Tyler Siebold.
Offensive star of the night for the Moos has been Tyler Siebold. He is 3 for 3. A run scored and an RBI. He's got 2 doubles. And the first pitch to Siebold, a little bit, no, that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Hamilton getting his lead off of first. Reynolds comes set, and a curveball missing, 1-1. Froze us all. A ball and a strike to Siebold. Fastball hit towards second. Ryan Child stays right down on it, throws over to first, and that's the first time Siebold has been retired tonight. No runs on a hit. We'll go to the 8th inning, tied at 4. So the top of the 8th inning here. Tell you, this league has been a lot of fun to watch. A lot of close games, and we've got another one here tonight. McPherson and the Midwest Moos tied at 4. And it's 2-3-4 coming up here for McPherson. Hunter Robinson. Boy, Brandon Jesse, what a job getting out of that 7th inning bases-loaded jam against John Downey, and he struck him out on a 3-2 count to end the 7th. 1-0 to Robinson. This one's lifted out to center field. Brown has to get on his horse. Going back, still going back. Andrew Brown tracks it down for the catch on the warning track out in center field. What a play by Andrew Brown. Brown tends to play in at center. He relies on that great speed, and he used it there to go back and make the catch.
baseman, Malachi Wickley.
So Malachi Wickley stands in. He is 1 for 4 tonight. And the first pitch in there for a strike. Well, when we're doing these games, I like to always track Major League Baseball as they're back from the All-Star break. There was a few games yesterday, but full slate tonight. And this one in there for strike 2 to Wickley. Although it's kind of weird, Detroit played a doubleheader yesterday at Oakland. They are off tonight. And Minnesota, who didn't play yesterday, they don't play today. Those two teams start playing tomorrow. Brandon Jesse thought he had strike 3 there as he lost his cap on the delivery. 1-2. So I guess not a full slate of games. Everyone playing except for Detroit and Minnesota. A ball and 2 strikes to Wickley, and this one's outside 2-2. But just looking at the scoreboard, in the 5th inning in Boston, Toronto leads 23-3. Wickley hits it to third. Seabolt with a good glove. Throws over to first. What a play. Couple of shining defensive plays here in the 8th inning by the Moos. That one really got on Seabolt in a hurry, but he was able to glove it. Good strong throw over to Horn to retire Wickley. And that'll bring up Bradley Morris. Morris 0 for 3 tonight. 3 strikeouts and a walk.
Bradley Morris.
It's got to give Brandon Jesse a lot of confidence when he sees 2 sparkling defensive plays like that. And a first pitch strike to Morris. You can see on the stream off to the south of us, there were some storms down in Oklahoma, and you can kind of see some of those clouds bubbling up with the sun setting. Really kind of scenic. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now 2-1. Of course, a week or 2 ago, we had the wolf moon or something, the brightest moon of the year, we found out. We got our astrology information. What, cumulus? Swing and a miss, 2-2. Scott Nuss showing some of his meteorology knowledge. Ross Jansen's got nothing on you. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Morris. It's a high white cloud out there. The 2-2. Probably overthrew that one, and it's full, 3-2. Looks like Jacob Woodburn warming up in the Moos bullpen. Will he come in a tie game with the lead or behind? I don't know, because this inning will continue on. Morris works a walk. And that'll bring up Reynolds, who was the DH, now the pitcher.
The pitcher, Zach Reynolds.
Reynolds tonight is 0 for 4. He was the young man who thought he had a base hit as he hit one over second base, but Nate Corahayas with an over-the-shoulder, over-the-head catch, really. Jesse's first pitch runs in on Reynolds. And then Nate threw over to first to complete a double play. That happened in the 5th inning. 1-0 to Reynolds. And a swing and a miss. Jesse's ball really starts at the right-handed batter. Seen a few swings where the pipeliner's kind of stepping out of it. And then as that ball kind of just tails across the plate, it's missing lumber. 2 balls and a strike here to Reynolds. Lead off a first for Bradley Morris. And Jesse will step off. 2 balls and a strike. And this one ran in and is fouled sharply down the left side. So again, Jesse is a strike away from getting out of this 8th inning in a tie game, 4-4. Caden Nike started. He went 5. Cody Lozano an inning, and this is Brandon Jesse's 2nd inning of work. 2-2. Missed outside, 3-2. So Morris will get a head start over at first. A full count to Reynolds. And the pitch skips off of Romero towards first base, and with the running start already by Morris, he'll get all the way to third. So back-to-back walks and a wild pitch puts runners at first and third. And that'll bring up Tanner Cardoza.
Left fielder, Tanner Cardoza.
So for the 2nd straight inning, McPherson gets a go-ahead run down to third base. And they'll see what Cardoza can do here, who's been on base all 4 times, and he'll look at strike 1. Cardoza has been walked twice, hit by a pitch, singled and scored in the 4th inning. So officially 1 for 1. Nice stop by Romero. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cardoza. The 1-1, that one sails outside, 2-1. Four, top of the 8th. McPherson, first 2 were retired here in the 8th, but back-to-back walks along with a wild pitch puts runners at first and third. And the 2-1. Got a little bit past Romero, and sliding in safely will be Morris. So a couple of wild pitches. And it's 3-1 to Cardoza. That one stings. That's a gift right there by the Moos. The 3-1, that one's piped right in there for a strike, 3-2. So for the 3rd straight batter, Jesse gets it to 2 strikes. The 3-2 is low, and so a 3rd straight walk. All of which with 2 strikes. And Brendan Sweeney will trot out to the mound. So runners at first and second for McPherson. They lead 5-4. Tomorrow night against the Kansas Curve here. Valley Center's here Sunday night. And then the team that won the first half and is dominating the second half, the Kansas Cannons, at the Kansas Cannons on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, it's the Cannons at the Moos, but it's Wednesday night, so it'll be at the Genesis Complex. So it's a home game that's not here. Then that's the end of the regular season, and there will be a end of the season tournament that I really don't know all the details on, but that'll be next weekend. So here's Noah Boone. And tried to check his swing, could not. It's 0-1. The pitch from Jesse into the turf, 1-1. Well, the robots had gone to sleep, Scott, but all of a sudden got 3 robot messages on there. I wouldn't advise clicking on any of them. Here's the 1-1, and now it's 2-1. Brandon Jesse has gone an inning and 2/3. He has walked 5 and hit a batter in these almost 2 innings of work. A couple of real sharp defensive plays by the Moos to start off this 8th inning. Here's a tapper. Jesse has it and will tag out Noah Boone to end the inning. But 3 walks, run scores on a wild pitch. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-4 McPherson. Well, for the second time tonight, the Moos trail by a run.
First baseman, Jace Horn.
They entered the bottom of the 6th inning down 4-3, but were able to score a run to tie it up. Now they enter the bottom of the 8th inning down a run, 5-4. Jace Horn, Andrew Brown, and Nate Corahayas due up for the Moos, and a first pitch strike from Zach Reynolds. So warm here. It's interesting watching Reynolds, his warm-up pitches. He just kind of tossed a few in there. He's didn't take much warm-up to get ready for this bottom of the 8th inning. 1 ball and 1 strike to Horn, who's 0 for 3 tonight. And drifts a little bit outside. 2-1. Fastball. Good pitch to hit. Horn fouled it off, and it's 2-2. Reynolds, like so many of these guys, plays for McPherson College. Here's a 2-2 curveball and a late swing, but just foul tipped it maybe into the glove of Robinson, so it's a strikeout of Horn. The curves by Hatch and now Reynolds have really been effective tonight for McPherson. Here's Andrew Brown.
Andrew Brown.
Reynolds in his 2nd inning of work, in an inning and a third, he struck out 3 of the 5 guys he's faced. Brown squares. That slider just missed, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 fouled out of play, 1-1. Five to 4 McPherson, bottom of the 8th inning. 1 away for the Moos here in the 8th, and it's Andrew Brown who's 0 for 3. And a fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. Reynolds winds and deals the 1-2, and that one is swung and missed at. Brown hustling down the line, and he is thrown out. Strong throw by Robinson down to first for the second out of the inning. Nate Corahayas will stand in for the Moos. He is 2 for 2 tonight.
Second baseman, Nate Corahayas.
Singled in the second, singled in a run on a hustling infield single in the sixth, and he walked in the fourth. First pitch from Reynolds in there for a strike. So 0-1 to Nate. Left-handed batter here against the right-handed pitcher. He is a switch hitter. And it's 1-1. Two and one now to Corahayas. Well, McPherson's first two were retired in the top of the eighth, but then walk, wild pitch, and wild pitch scored a run. See if the Moos can generate something with two away. On the outside corner, 2-2 to Corahayas. Reynolds working quickly. The 2-2 is lifted into foul territory. Wilkie coming over here and makes a sliding catch. Brendan Sweeney says that hit the ground, but Wickley really sold it to the umpire. Brendan had a great look at it. The base umpire's over at first, of course, so he has no chance at it, at really overruling there. Brendan Sweeney had the best look, and I don't think he would react that way had it just been a clean catch. I don't know what the first base umpire can offer here. Malachi Wickley did just what you're supposed to do there. He slid, he kind of rolled over the ball, and if he dropped it and then picked it back up and said, hey, I caught that thing. And that's a tough spot for the umpires. Brendan can't make the call. And that's going to end the inning. So, 3 up, 3 down for the Moos here in the eighth. We'll head to the ninth inning, 5-4 McPherson. So the fourth pitcher of the night for the Midwest Moos, it'll be Jacob Woodburn. It sure looked like with 2 outs in the eighth that he was going to come into the ninth inning in either a tie or a Moos lead, but he comes in with the Moos trailing by 1, and he'll face Ryan Child first. And the first pitch fouled off. For Brandon Jesse, he goes 2 innings. He did not give up a hit. but he walked 5 and he struck out 1. A couple of wild pitches put the go-ahead run up there for McPherson. And a curveball in there for a strike, 0-2. That last pop-up by Cora Hyas that Malachi Wickley was credited with a catch. Here's the 0-2 coming up from Woodburn. Curveball, a little bit high, 1-2. He slid for it with his glove, had it in his glove for a moment, then rolled over and showed it with his bare hand, which would tell you that it had to have come dislodged. But the home plate umpire didn't have a great angle because as Wickley rolled with his back to the umpire, Brendan Sweeney, the third base coach, was looking right at it. But it was going to be hard-pressed to get an overrule there. So give Malachi the good smarts play there, I guess, to really sell that. 1-2 is hit towards Rocha at short. He's charging in, gloves it, off-balance throw, a strike over to first to retire Child. Boy, players these days can make that off-balance throw to first. They make it look easy. No ball, or excuse me, 1 out, and that'll bring up Jaron Brown.
Center fielder, Jaron Brown.
And another thing that, I mean, in the heat of the moment, you're probably not thinking it, but if you slide and make that catch, you're going to show the umpire your glove with the ball in it. Unless it was bobbling and you came up with it a bare hand. You wouldn't catch it in your glove and then show the umpire the bare hand, or the ball in your bare hand. So I guess it wouldn't be a bare hand if you had a ball in it. Swing and a miss here from Brown. No balls and a strike. Brown 0 for 3 tonight. Fastball, swing and a miss, 0-2. Woodburn has really embraced that ninth inning role for the Moos this year. Trying to keep it right here at 5-4. Fastball popped up towards the first base side. Horn giving chase, and we'll run out of room. Well, last Friday night it was McPherson scoring 3 in the bottom of the ninth to beat the Moos 7-6. See what the Moos can do in the bottom of the ninth inning here tonight. Woodburn trying to get him there at 5-4. The 0-2 is right in there for strike 3. Great location by Woodburn. 2 away here in the ninth.
First baseman, John Downey.
So John Downey, the leadoff batter, the number 1 hitter for McPherson. He is 2 for 4 tonight. A couple of runs driven in and a run scored. And first pitch swinging, fouls this one off. Woodburn and Romero, the battery. And the 0-1 came in on Downey, and it's 1-1. It's now 27-3 Toronto at Boston. That is amazing. In the 6th inning. 27 runs. Nate Eovaldi started for Boston tonight. Curveball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to John Downey. High fastball, 2-2. Woodburn delivers. And a swing and a miss. And a 1-2-3 ninth inning by Jacob Woodburn. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth inning. 5-4 McPherson. Well, we'll look for some Midwest Moo magic here in the ninth inning.
Leading off for the Moos, the shortstop, Joey Rocha.
Top of the order for the Moos. Rocha, Licari, and Fay against Zach Reynolds, who's been very impressive in his 2 innings of work. Curveball in there for strike 1. McPherson pitching has struck out 11 Moos tonight. The 0-1 to Rocha, a little bit inside, 1-1. And now 2-1. Reynolds in relief of Fidel Hatch, who went 6 innings. And this pitch high and in, 3-1 to Joey Rocha. The 3-1 from Reynolds, tapped to the pitcher Reynolds. He waits for it, now throws over to first and retires Rocha. Tell you what, Reynolds, nice job there, not panicking. Joey's hustling down the line, but Reynolds fielded it and made a strong throw over to Downey to retire Rocha. An important first out for McPherson. Here's Joe Licari. Joe's 1 for 4 tonight with a run scored, which has been the way for the Moos this year. It seems like, certainly at home. Early runs, 3 first-inning runs by the Moos, but only 1 since. Missed a golden opportunity in the 4th inning with the runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Couldn't score there. And there's a pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 to Licari. And really the only 1 run that the Moos have scored since the first was thanks to Nate Corahayas' hustling out an infield single. Curveball at Dandy in there for a strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, that was in there for strike 3 to Licari. So 2 away, and Derek Fay, we'll see if he can keep this one going for the Moos.
Left fielder, Derek Fay.
Derek is 1 for 2 tonight. Walked and scored in the first, singled in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch in the 5th, and struck out looking in the 7th. He was the first batter that Reynolds faced in the 7th inning, and he starts Derek off with a strike, 0-1. little sidearm action there, 1-1. The pitch to Fay, a little bit outside, 2-1. When Reynolds has missed, he hasn't missed by much. Fay ahead here, 2-1. A.J. Romero hopes for a chance. He's on deck. This pitch a little bit high and away, 3-1 to Fay. Reynolds winds and deals, the 3-1. That's blown away. So the tying run gets down to first base. And A.J. Romero will stand in.
The catcher, A.J. Romero.
Derek Fay, decent speed over there at first base. But he'll probably be more on the careful side here. He represents the tying run. And the first pitch to Romero down low, 1-0. A.J. looking for his first knock tonight. He's 0 for 4. Struck out a couple of times, including once against Reynolds. The 1-0, a little bit up, 2-0. Matt Hamilton, who has 2 hits tonight, waits on deck. And the 2-0, that's in there. 4 strike, 2-1. A.J. taking all the way. Two balls and a strike to A.J. Romero. Curveball hit towards the right side. That's going to get into right field for a hit. Derek Fay rounding second on his way to third. And he will hold up there. A.J. Romero finds some real estate for a single. And now the tying run at third. I think Brendan Sweeney wants a pinch runner for Romero. And Trevor Abedia, who's been coaching down at first, is going to pinch run for A.J. Romero. So Romero will be lifted here, and Matt Hamilton, who's 2 for 3 tonight.
Matt Hamilton.
Hamilton with a big 2-out, 2 RBI double way back in the first inning. Also singled in the 7th. Tying run 90 feet away for the Moos. And Hamilton hits this one towards second. Child bobbles it. Now trying to throw to first. And, he called him out. Bang, bang play. It sure looked like he hit the base first from here. I know I'm a little partial, but my goodness, that looked like he beat it. And that will end the game. Oh, Matt Hamilton. Looked like he beat that one. The base umpire paused for a moment, and they rung up Hamilton. Some nervous moments for Ryan Child at second as he bobbled that one, and Hamilton hustling down the line. Brendan Sweeney still pleading his case, but is not going to win this argument. That was, I'm watching for the foot there. I thought the foot got the base before the ball got there. I actually didn't think it was that close. I thought he had it beat. But that's the call, and the Midwest Moos fall by a score of 5-4. So we'll get you the totals here.
The Kansas Curve. We'll see you then.
Let's see, for the Moos. We'll get the numbers here. Just bear with me. Let's see. So for McPherson, They score 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors. For the Midwest Moos, 4 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Zach Reynolds. The losing pitcher is Brandon Jesse. Time of tonight's game, 3 hours and 1 minute. The Moos fall to 4-8 on the season. And they'll be back here tomorrow night against the Kansas Curve. We'll have a pregame talk with Brendan Sweeney at about 5:40, 5:45 there in that area. And then we'll have the first pitch right around 6 o'clock. The Kansas Curve at the Midwest Moos tomorrow night. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Kurt Caden bidding you good night, asking you to choose joy. You've been watching and listening to Moos Baseball on Facebook. Good night, everybody.